Logan and I are taking it kind of easy today, so we're just putting things in the ground and laying things out and doing some planning and figuring. And we came up here and we measured. We got some boysenberries that we picked up at the plant auction. We've kind of figured out our layout, where we want all that. We also have 10 Concord grape starts. What we decided is we're going to run a row from this T-post right on up here to that T-post. And so this edge will look basically like this here, where we've got the row and about 4 or 5 feet to the shoulder. And that'll give us easy walk-up access on either side of it. So we're going to put the Concord grapes here. We've got them at a 7-foot spacing, and that lines up just right for 10 of them. So we'll put some heavy steel pipes in here, probably some drill pipe that we'll put in on the ends. Put them in on the ends, and 1 or 2 in the middle as carriers, just to keep the cables lifted and stretched up good. And then we'll probably cement those in so they stay nice and stable and solid. And then we've got a 10-foot gap to the next row. We'll do the same kind of thing where we've got a post on the end, and a couple carriers here. And we'll cable that up so that we can cable up and trellis the boysenberries and the blackberries. So all the research I was seeing about which direction to orient the rows was mostly pointing to run them north and south so that you get an even sweep of sunlight on both sides of the row. That's what we decided. Now, due south for me is cut across at an angle like this, and I do not want that. I want easy access. This orientation is basically south-southwest, which is close enough for me. And we have the shadow of the mountain to work with also, that the morning sun doesn't get up until, it doesn't shine out on here until 9 or 10 this time of year, about 9 o'clock in the morning. In the winter, it's close to 10 o'clock before it gets up over the mountain and shines light down in here. So our sun arc is mostly that way anyway, so having it a little bit south-southwest will be a little bit better for us anyway, I believe. Ultimately, it gets me the in and out access here that I can get to from the roadway down here. I'm going 10 feet in between. I intend to put a cover crop down underneath these rows and keep that growing in here. And I want to be able to come in here and mow that. So if I can come in easily from the bottom here, I can go right up into the row and keep that mowed. And I am going to kind of flatten it a little bit more level between the rows here. This way, it drops a little bit on this side. I'm going to bring that up. And over here, I'm going to bring that up a little so that it's pretty flat going in, so I'm only dealing with the slope in one direction. Really nice. I've got it all figured out, laid out, and spaced. All my spacing kind of marked so I know where I'm going to put them. That's probably the only permanent ones up here for this year, other than this little shoulder where I've got the tape stretched out. Now this one, we've got these bush cherries that we bought. We're going to put those in the ground here, and I've got 2 lilacs that I got off of the auction, and we're going to put them as well. Now the lilac is a blue-gray, kind of a baby blue flower. So I'm going to put them at the ends to kind of border those in, and those get up to anywhere from 9 to 12 feet in diameter. So I'm going to set them in and kind of orient them as the start and finish of the row. And then I'm going to center the bush cherries within that at their 6-foot spacing. And we have 3. There's enough space in here to put 7. We may pick up more. I think I'll space the 3 out with the room to put another batch of them in the middle of that, the other 4, if we decide to go pick up 4 more of them. We'll get a drip line laid down and put some emitters on it, get the hose on and get them soaking. Once we get into this project up here and shape the rest of this ground up here that needs to be adjusted and finished, then we will run our irrigation lines to a permanent valve box for an irrigation shut off and valve set and timer for zones and everything like that. But for now, the fact that I'll be able to just hook a hose onto the end of it, turn it on and set a timer is going to work just fine to make sure to get them established and get them into the season. All right, that's got the line in and the emitters on, but I thought I had an end, but I don't have an end to go onto here to connect it to the hose for now. So I need these to get watered up. So we're gonna run into town, grab an end that can go on here so I can hook this hose up to it and get it watering tonight. Them pigs think it's dinner time, so they're being noisy as ever. Took me a little while to get that fitting and get back here, but this will at least give them a quick drink tonight, and then I can soak them up good tomorrow, just to give them a little bit of something. You turn that on and go tend to the animals.
It's been a busy morning this morning. We've already cooked 6 loaves of sourdough bread. We've cleaned out the bathroom, our main bathhouse, the full thing. I'm talking scrubbing the floor, 3 loads of laundry, the whole thing. And now I'm going to clean the campsite because we got a last minute booking and they're going to be here in a couple of hours. So I just wanted to show you how easy it is, because see how it's mostly clean? I just have to dust it and disinfect in it. And I have had a very, very busy camping season. So just turning around every single day, it's keeping us super clean. And then the deck and the herbs, I'm going to water those really quick, water my flowers. But it's been a really busy season. The next 2 weeks, we literally have one day where we don't have a camper. But all those other days, we have a turnaround of campers, family reunions, and so on. Okay, so I got all the pig feed for, looks like I have 4 days worth. I got that all loaded. I don't have my Logan for a couple of weeks. He went up to Oregon and Washington area to do a family reunion. The family that's having the reunion is my ex-husband's family, so it's really fun. They go every single year. They go to the Oregon coast, like to a beach house, and they have a blast. It's pretty awesome. And I love that family. So I love when he goes up there because he has a lot of fun. Okay, I am done with these chores. However, I found 3 pretty decent sized hives on the bath outhouse. So I got to get Mark to help me kill the hives because I don't do that by myself very well. One time I usually am the one that's gonna get stung. So one time I got stung right by my finger, right there. Couldn't believe it. Out of all the places. The other time I got stung right in the armpit. Like, these yellow jackets they don't care. They're mean. So especially to me. Boo-hoo. So I'm gonna have Mark do the killing. Okay, it looks like we are going to plant trees. I thought we can do it maybe earlier, and then I thought maybe it's too late. But we're gonna put in a couple of these trees we got off the auction. So we have 3 flowering pears. And how much did you pay for them? Like 50 bucks? Yeah, 50 bucks for flowering pears, which is an incredible deal. And then we have these weak, sensitive bedwetting maples here, Japanese maples. They're just so not tough at all. but we're gonna put them in an area where we think that maybe they'll do okay. A little bit more shaded, a little more wetter, but they're kind of wimpy. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah. Oh, you just caught me with that tree. Okay, so we're gonna go do that. And we have hydrangeas that we got. We think that they're gonna do fine. Now, we haven't planted hydrangeas here before, but we also read that the gophers are attracted to them, and so are the voles. So we're gonna get some repellent. We're gonna see if that works and kind of go from there. Oh, sorry, honey. So here's our bunch of trees. I'll say that will look really nice. We are going to be redoing the fence. We're redoing a lot of stuff this year. Not really thrilled about that, but we're going to redo the fence. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. We just had this fence line surveyed, and that's going to be in another video explaining why we haven't tackled this project. However, we're going to do this project and we're going to focus on that.
Let's go 18, 12, 18, 18. That's 36 and 12 is 40. About the 12-foot line, right? So just let that lie and then come here and move these, or hold this one and I'll adjust everything, whatever. But let's get a line, our distance this way.
I was getting excited. Okay.
12 feet. What about the middle of that section? Bring that a little bit down.
Like there?
This way. This way. There you go. Whoa! Perpendicular. Okay, right there, the post. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Roll out.
It is pretty straight. I'm excited to see these like next spring when they got flowers on them and stuff.
Yeah.
Very, very pretty. Oh, yeah, okay.
Put something here. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, they need more shade and they need water. So I was even thinking maybe putting both of them right here.
1, 2.
Yeah. And then if you wanted to dig up a hole for them, can you reach with the excavator from the road?
This isn't hard digging.
Oh, okay.
This is pretty soft. I think it'll get easy.
Yeah, and then because we're putting a sprinkler system in here, we can put a little drip line for them because they require quite a bit of water. I love them there. I think they would be really pretty.
All right, let's put them in then.
Okay. Okay, so the hydrangeas are going to go in the islands that we have here. So I'm going to go ahead and start on those while Mark puts in these maples. I hope you dig up a whole family of voles and just kill them. That was a little mean, sorry, voles. I got a little out of hand, my bad. But I mean it a little bit, so.
Just make sure to get the whole family.
The whole family, yeah, if you're gonna get them, this whole family. I don't know if these are going to do any good. Well, we'll try them out. Okay, that was record timing. We got campers literally coming, I don't know, in 30 minutes, but we got all the hydrangeas in and the 2 maples. And now I'm going to turn on the tractor sprinkler. I wanted to show you where I planted the hydrangeas before I turn this on full course. But it's on this bigger island. And look, I think once they get really big, I think it'll be so pretty. But look how pretty. They like a little shade. These ones, there's limelight and white, right? Is that the ones that you got? Limelight and white.
Hydrangeas.
Yeah, because they, like you can see the flowers are just a little bit different. Like this looks like a little bit pink, white. In the next 5 years, to really make this place really magical, and you guys will see some of the changes that we're gonna start making, especially to the fences and the boundaries and the animal shelters. And not only do I want to run a really nice farm to where the animals are always clean and it looks nice, but I also want it to be a good place to visit by either family or all of our friends and all of our new friends that we make all the time. So we're pretty excited. And I think that the hydrangeas are really, really going to look phenomenal right over there, especially when they get big and bushy. If these plants don't make it, I'm not necessarily going to be like super heartbroken about it because we didn't spend very much on them. For example, the flat of hydrangeas I think was only like $20, and we got 6 to 8 plants out of them. And the same with the trees. The only one I really, really hope they make is the flowering pears. I really want them to do well because I think they're outstanding and they could do well. We're going to make sure they do well. The maples, the Japanese maples, I'm not sure how they're going to do. I just hope they also do well.
That's the Concord grapes. We've got them in at 7-foot spacing. And we've got enough room at the end for 3.5 feet until we put the pole on both ends so that we end up with a good even balance. And we'll come back later and put in poles on the ends, probably 2 carrier poles in the middle section somewhere that we can run cabling on so that we can train these up onto those cable rows as they grow. This one over here, this row, I'm leaving a 10-foot gap between the rows, and this row is going to be for the boysenberries and some blackberries. I think we're going to go with 4-foot spacing on those, so I'm 2 feet down from where I'll start the pole, and we'll trellis these up as well eventually. But for now, we need them in the ground so they can get acclimated and get growing. And so we'll lay them out in a straight line so we can build on that line and have that same straight line to work with. That's the last of our potted plants to mess with. And just kind of around the top side of the maple. And run it over here to the end of those, where these other hoses are.
Okay.
Just run it over right by there. Here's a cutter. And then so just lay it out and coil it out up there and then cut it off. While you do that,
Up by the base of the maple?
yeah, like go around the top side of the maple.
Okay.
Just so we have extra length. And that. And then I can bury these up and put the drippers in while you do that.